welcome to Insane Asylum. Mark's not with us yet. Hopefully, he'll be joining at some point. We have Tom from Off the Rails and Pop Culture Podcast, and Christopher Kaihaus from Pop Culture Podcast and Twisted Dreams Film Festival. So let's start there. You got one hell of an event this year, it looks like.
I hope so. Yeah. October 14th through the 16th. It's I'm not a very good hype man, according to Tom, so I'll let Tom.
Oh, he sucks as a hype man. It's October 14th to the 16th at the Avalon Theater. We're going to have Lloyd Kaufman there, Mr. Troma. The Toxic Avenger suit might be worn by Chris. It's still up in the air. Somebody might get to wear that. Brink Stevens going to be there. We have the greatest horror film festival in Wisconsin, hands down by far, not even close. What else do we got going on? Nosferatu, the old silent film. We're going to have Ratbat Spider there playing a live heavy metal score during the movie.
Mm-hmm. Original, yep. Never before heard.
There's Burlesque Troops going to be there. We have a spook show that Chris insists and nobody knows what it is. Even after you watch it, you can't explain what you saw.
See, that's can't go wrong.
So I can't explain the spook show. That's just you have to see it and then go. I don't know.
Experience it. Like I don't know what I saw, but I saw it.
How long have you been doing this Twisted Dreams Film Festival?
This will be our 7th year. Yeah, this is. Is it?
You had to deal with it 2 years with COVID. Huh?
Yeah, 2 years were COVID. Those were virtual festivals, so we did online screenings, which not nearly as fun, but it was.
We were there for 4. I've been a part of it for this. This will be 4, but we've done 3. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
since
you got your plate full though that same weekend because Tom, you're over at
Paracon, Milwaukee Paracon, T. Crulosis. That's at Alverno College, correct?
That's at Alverno College. The same dates, the same weekends. We're going to be there.
I'll be starting off the day on Saturday, the 15th, talking about Byron Priest's The Secret and The Treasure. I'm hoping to have it dug up by the 15th. But
wouldn't it be something if you found it and you had it and you could have it there? That would be.
I was thinking about that.
Awesome. On the map. That would put T on the map.
Do you guys think I should, if I find it beforehand, tell everybody, or you think
keep it a secret?
Announce it at the Paracon.
Right. Yeah, keep it a secret and wait.
Okay, well, it may or may not get announced at the Paracon, but I have the exact dig spot already set.
Yeah, create that excitement, get people to show up. So go see Tom's presentation. You may actually get to see the treasure. Who knows?
You are like someone else's hype man. You're not your own hype man.
Yeah. Well, I'm humble. I try to be humble. I don't know.
Yeah, that fascinated me. So far, there's only like 3 of them that's been found.
3 have been found
that we know of.
Right. It was like Chicago, Boston, and I don't know where the third one was.
Cleveland,
I believe. Might be right.
But
I've been kind of following that on and off. I wish I knew more about Milwaukee's history. Like, we were talking that one day about The Secret. We're not going to say too much, but to know a little bit about the history and have an idea of Milwaukee would make it a hell of a lot easier for some.
Well, the only tip I can give for anyone else who wants to try to, I have the dig spot. It's pretty much found. If you want to follow my path, remember it was made for children, and if you have to do any straining or any explaining, like grab somebody who has never heard of it. And if you can explain it to them and you don't have to go, well, if you do this, you see here, you got to know that. If you do any of that, you're wrong. You have to go boom, 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 boom. This is it. And here's the dig spot. And it should take you 5 seconds to explain it. If you can't tell someone the dig spot in 5 seconds, you're wrong.
So you're saying people are just thinking this
way too hard. And I'll give you another hint. It's not in Lake Park. Everybody says the Grand Staircase has 92. It's the Grand 200, and the Grand Staircase has 92 steps. But what you have to do with the staircase, since it's in a circle, they say if you take one of those and you flip it backwards, it's a C. And then if you read it in 1,000-year-old dead language, that's a Roman numeral for 200. And everybody's like, oh, that makes perfect. No, you went way too far. That's not it. So it's not Lake Park.
And unfortunately, the guy that wrote this book was the only one with the answers, and he passed away.
Yeah, he got into a car accident and abruptly passed away. So in the book, you could normally explain where it was and mail it to him. The person who found the first one in Chicago did that with Polaroids back in the day. They had a back and forth until finally, like, you would show the dig spot and he would say yes or no. But they were so close that the guy's just like, why don't you dig at this tree right here? You're on it, but you can't dig up a whole park,
Right.
So they pretty much gave him the win on that one. But now that he's gone, I believe some people think the artist, because you get a poem and you get a painting.
Right, but the artist, I've seen the artist in interviews because I've watched all the episodes that Josh Gates did about it, and he claims to have no idea where these locations are exactly.
He knows the dig spot, but like, for example, in the cover one, he doesn't know what park it is, but he hid a home plate right there in her sleeve. Yeah. So he'll know the dig spot from your picture. The picture will get you the city, the park, and the dig spot from what I'll find out. The exact dig spot. The way to get to the dig spot, like home plate, the way to get there is you got to follow the poem. That'll take you through the city. But you'll get the city from the picture, you'll get the park from the picture, and you'll get where you have to dig from the picture. That's what we found out pretty much.
Plus the jewel that you get is also in the picture, by the way.
Yeah, the jewel's in the picture.
Because each key represents a different jewel that he hid. And if you notice, each city's got a different gemstone, and those gemstones are shown up in those pictures.
Yeah. So you got to get a cask. There's no metal. It's made of plaster. There's a key in it, and then you present the key in New York, and they give you
daughters. Yeah.
Now they give you a nice coat. They tell you you're the smartest man alive, and then you get a ruby or whatever you found.
Hey, never know what that could be worth today.
I was thinking putting that in the engagement ring for Mal. You think she'd lose it? That'd be the closest she'd be to a princess, right?
Do you even know how big these things are supposed to be?
Yeah, they're like a Tootsie Roll.
So they're like a couple carats.
Yeah.
In gem weight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, you get a solid gemstone. Probably worth they said in the 80s, they said about $1,000 each gem was. So whatever that translates to now would be how much. If you want to pawn it, I don't know why you would hack it or hack it,
that. I'd have it made into something.
I don't know if I'd want to keep that in my house. I'd be a target. It'd be a lot easier to rob me than find these that have been lost for 40 years. Just come take it when I find it.
Considering that they were probably worth $1,000 back then, they could be worth, depending on
No, some supervillain with a monocle wants it on his yacht, and he'll pay somebody $5 million to steal it just so he can have it underground.
Right. That's just it. Now it's just who will pay, how much somebody will pay for it because of where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
And how you
I may have to get a safety deposit box. Keep it all in there.
It just, and there's a lot of people out there that, but probably hacking it or taking it to an actual official gem dealer or jeweler or whatever, you probably get $10,000 for some of those today.
Oh, that'd be.
They were I'd auction it back then.
Starting bid is $10,000 on eBay when I find it.
No, that would
no,
be.
I'm not.
That would be.
I'd be unbearable as your friend. I'd be unbearable. You'd ask me, "Hey Tom, do you remember where I set my keys?" Really? You got to call me? That you have to involve the greatest treasure hunter on the planet to find your keys? Really? You think you want to call? Overkill here?
So you think your head would get inflated that much, huh?
Oh my God. Greatest treasure hunter alive ain't gonna take out the garbage. I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, some of those are fun though. You got to do it. I did the treasure hunts. I loved them. It's fun, especially when you're learning some history of the cities. And you got to crack some clues to get to the end.
Well, in all of this, I've had my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, Chris, his wife, all out there. We were all digging. We dug on his 50th birthday.
I'd have been out there.
Yeah. That was just a distraction for his 50th birthday.
I love treasure hunting. Man, I used to hunt the treasure, the Pizza Pit medallion. If you could find it, it was worth $1,000.
Oh, well, now we're talking.
And they had that every year, and they'd release clues into the newspaper. I was on top of that thing 5 years in a row when it was found. I was almost there, but somebody was just a little bit fucking quicker than me.
Too slow, old man.
I wasn't so old back then. I was able to tolerate the cold back then. Because this thing took place in the winter. I was doing this in my 20s. They don't do that Pizza Pit thing anymore. But it was fun when it lasted. And I had a piss poor partner because he was too lazy in the cold, and he was my same age as me, but he was too lazy, and the cold got to him. You grew up in Wisconsin, for Christ's sake. You should be used to it by now.
Yeah, but you can't go out in the sunlight, so somebody just got up early and beat you to it.
Hey, if they would have went where I told them a few times, we would have had it first. But, shit happens. Yeah. Well, hello, Mark.
There's Mark.
Hey.
He showed up. He made it.
I told you I would, bitch. Yeah, I'm still in my work clothes. See, this is what happens when you have a really shitty week, and then you wake up, or you get home the night before your last day of the week, and find blood in your urine.
Oh no!
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So.
Put a damper on your day. Hope everything.
Doc thinks that it's kidney stone.
Kidney stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Oh, you fuck! And you're eating pizza too. Yep. I'm still waiting for mine.
Hey, I gotta eat, man.
Well, don't feel bad. Chris's tits tried to kill him once.
What? I don't know if I want to know that one.
It's true. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. He almost died by his own tits.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't think we should tell the story. I think we should just leave it like this and let him.
I like it.
Let him.
I'm fine with that.
I'm waiting for Pizza Villa.
What are you waiting for?
Pizza Villa from 4.
Mark, are you coming on our trip to Holy Hill?
When?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Next Sunday. We're going to check out some Dogman area.
Hopefully none of us get lost in the woods. I watched more Missing 411 videos last night.
What time?
After the show. Let me tell you, I'm scared shitless to go into Holy Hill Forest.
Yeah? From these...
Yeah, I'm going to go missing. I'm going to be the one that ends up going missing.
Nah.
Really?
I'm going to bring...
You take me with you, you're not going to get lost.
So, what's got you so scared shitless? What
I'm going to bring...
have you been watching?
Yeah, explain the Missing 411.
Okay, Missing 411. If you're not aware of it, there is this ex-detective named David Paulides. He's written a bunch of books called Missing 411. He focuses on different regions of the U.S. in each book. People go missing in the forest. They just vanish out of thin air. They just vanish. Leave no signs. Many times they leave no signs behind. They just vanish. Sometimes they appear. They reappear. Oftentimes they don't appear. But like the one I was watching last night, this man and woman, they go for a day hike in these mountains, in this wood mountains. They have a picnic. They enjoy their picnic. They're getting ready to go back to their car, and the man and woman, they're about 20 feet apart. The woman's in front of the man. They're walking down the path, and the guy turns around for like 30 to 40 seconds and just looks at the campsite because it's so beautiful. He wants to see it one last time. He turns around, the woman is gone. She's just gone. She's not on the trail.
Yeah,
There's no obstacles, so he can
that
see.
sounds like one of
far.
those unsolved mysteries that I watched.
That's all these. Yeah, that's all these are. But she went missing. She's never been. She's never
Found,
been
right.
seen.
That sucks for a dude to take a chick into the woods
Right?
and come out
And if
without
I'm not
her.
mistaken, the guy that reported all of this, he even got subjected to a lie detector and passed it.
Oh yeah.
Well, you have to do that. What do you say?
So,
you bring
I
a girl
mean-
into the woods, you come out, you ain't got her.
Right.
What's the cop gonna
Right,
think right
but,
away?
I mean,
Get the
Mhm.
dogs.
that's it. He wasn't even. He got cleared as a suspect right away of her disappearance.
Yeah, and
That's-
oftentimes when people are found, like kids will be found miles and miles away in this rugged terrain that there's no way on earth they could possibly get to on their own without help. They ask them, like, okay, what happened? You've been gone for 4 days and 4 nights. What happened? I don't remember. Last thing I knew, I was in my sleeping bag. Next thing I know, I'm here talking to you. You just have no
Maybe
memory.
that's an
UFOs.
alien. That sounds like an alien abduction.
Alien abduction.
Yeah,
That's what it
So,
sounds like.
On our trip to Holy Hill, I'm going to bring my electromagnetic frequency so I can increase any kind of residual power that some vortex or portals have. So maybe
We got compasses.
I'm going to give it to Tom, and I'm going to have Tom walk through where he thinks a trunk is.
those the only forest I think I'd be afraid of the most is that one that's in another country somewheres that's like called
Suicide Forest is in Japan.
Right.
It's right at the foot of Mount Fuji.
They say you go in there and you end up wanting to
Do
kill
your
yourself.
research.
Yeah. So the
Look,
reason
I don't remember all this shit that I see.
the reason
I don't have a photographic memory.
yeah.
I don't either.
Well, the reason I wanted to go there was the Dogman are linked to these portals, supposedly, that Dogman protect. And I was
Right.
looking at Holy Hill on Google Earth. And if you go on Google Earth, way to the side of the castle, it just says Holy Hill. And it has like a picture up in the trees. And I'm like, if you want to hide a portal in plain sight, these guys are now getting cocky. Like, I'm going to go find those trees and I'm throwing a rock up in there. And it's right off the road. You can see it. We're going to go there and just see what's up.
The portals are a common area, a common thing. Now,
Mhm.
people are believing in them more. Motel Hell's another one. They believe that it's not just because of the so-called satanic rituals that they had there, but they believe that a portal did get opened there at one time. I also believe that, you probably hear us talk about it when we get it finished somewhere along the line. It's on there that we believe, and we've also seen what we think are pictures of portals on the property and near Bray Road that we've been investigating.
Now, to piggyback on that, I've seen there's a place in Canada, like way in the wilderness, where they have stairways in the middle of the marsh that go up about 5 steps and stop. And like the native people say, don't ever walk up those stairs. They don't know who put them there. And they think it was a way to where a portal once was or can be opened again.
Sounds good to me. I'll give it a try.
You'll run up them?
Why not?
Well, you got to throw a rock or something first. You can't just
Nope.
head first into
Well, it's only
the
5
darkness.
feet up.
Is
What's
there
the worst
air
that's
on the
gonna
other
happen?
side?
A 5-foot drop?
Is it a planet
No.
of fire? Where are you going? No,
I'm
it's
not
just
saying
looks
run
like-
up. I'll walk up them and put my hand out.
There you go.
If you bring anything back.
But yeah, it'd be like 300 miles from the nearest road. There was nothing ever built there. No former house. No nothing. Just somebody built 5 steps up to nothing, where like 4 people wide could walk up it. Like, and they're all over.
But if you think about it, these portals, they make perfect sense to explain a lot of the reasons why, like, Bigfoot seeing all over,
Disappears.
and then disappears. There's no trace, no DNA, just footprints, tracks. You don't have no real fur, and then when you do have fur, it's either too degraded or, they can't figure out exactly what it is for some reason or another, you know.
Mhm.
So, I mean, otherwise, I mean, if they were actual creatures that might exist, where's the scat? Where's the fur? Where's some DNA of their existence? You know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully on our trip to Holy Hill, we'll find something. But just Holy Hill being built is strange.
Well, that whole area's kind of got a strange vibe to it when you get too close
Holy
to
Hill
Holy Hill.
Basilica.
Yeah. Well, Father Marquette came through and planted a statue of the Virgin Mary and a hermit who lived there for 50 years to wait for that to get built. And it was built before cars. Why would anybody go out pretty much in between Madison and Milwaukee, like the only two cities? How would people go to church there? How would people worship there? For a giant, huge, enormous castle to be built in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know. Some of those religious people do some strange things. You know, the monks have a monastery, you know, and it's been there for a long time. And when it was built, that area was pretty much, you know, nothing but fields and, you know, what wasn't a whole lot
You're
there.
talking about the one on north of the
North
lake.
around the lake, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, on the way out to Middleton. I mean, and then it's so far back off the highway there. I mean, that thing was back there before they, you know, reconstructed that highway and widened it and stuff. But you know, it's been there forever. You know, and
Yeah.
back when that was built, there was no stores, no technology, no, you know, bus routes didn't go back in
Yes,
that
I got
area at
chicken
all.
wings.
You know,
Yeah.
Am I making you guys hungry?
it makes you
I watch
wonder why they
watching
built
Marquis.
some of this stuff where they did.
Well, then also Holy Hill has the healing room where there's all those crutches and wheelchairs, and people walk out of there with their eyesight back, and it's just a strange place that I think needs some checking out.
Well, maybe it's got some kind of like spiritual nexus right there that it was built on, and that's the reason it was
Maybe.
built right there.
Yeah, because there was
You know,
nothing there, and you got to climb that. It's the only like glacial deposit mountain like area in Wisconsin, or till you get out west. But no, why would they? And then a dude had to sit there for 50 years to just wait. Father Marquette said, "Wait, we're coming back to build a castle. We'll come back with supplies. You hang tight. Battle the Sioux Indians off. Just keep this Virgin Mary statue right here and guard it for 50 years." And he said, "Okay."
yeah, that does sound kind of strange, doesn't it?
Yeah. So there's all kinds of Goatman sighting, the Lake Michigan Mothman sightings, Dogman, Bigfoot. It's
Well, Dogman
got
and
it all there.
Bigfoot can span pretty much all across the state because, you know, the Dogman is a lot of the Dogman sightings and the Dogman could be related to a lot of the Native American history, you know, and then you're talking Skinwalker and Shapeshifter, you know.
Okay.
But those Dogman type creatures were more to protect their land and to their territory, you know, or something of vital. And if you
Oh,
go,
I see where it's at. That's not very far from you,
and if
Joe.
you've got a lot of, you know, of those not just the burial mounds, but the effigy mounds and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you've got a lot of those all scattered throughout Wisconsin too. So there's a lot of Native American history here. But then you got the woods that go all the way from, you know, that whole
The North Pole
uh,
to the middle of the
Kettle Moraine
country.
Forest.
Yeah.
That Kettle Moraine Forest is a pretty long stretch of the state. And there's that one area right around, I think it's like
Galveston,
Highway 59 or something, or
Eagle.
whatever it is. It goes between Eagle and Palmyra, that highway.
It's Highway 59.
Right. Now that goes right through the forest, the Kettle Moraine Forest. There's a lot of sightings of Bigfoot and the
Go
dog
through a
right
section
around
of
that
it.
area every year. You know, new ones every year.
Yeah, when
People
I was a
seeing 'em
kid, they
traveling
called
that
that
road.
the
And they're
Walworth
crossing.
County werewolf. That was before the Beast of Bray Road. That's what I learned of the Dogmen as a kid. And that's that road.
Yeah, it's still got a lot of activity. You watch more of the local papers, like the little Palmyra town paper, the other one, and you look at them and you watch them every now and then. Those stories will pop up.
Ooh.
So I think I've seen 2 this year out of that area.
So we're gonna have accountability buddies when we go, since we're worried about a portal. So Chris and I will hold hands. You two can hold hands and be each other's accountability buddy.
Are you kidding me? I'll throw his ass through a portal.
Your accountability buddy does not need to be thrown through a portal. You have to hang
They'll
on
kick
to
me
him.
back, because I got kicked out of hell too. So I
Yeah.
get kicked out of everywhere I go.
I don't know. Maybe I'll tie a rope to him and then throw him through.
Well, now you're talking poltergeist.
Yeah, but what the hell are you gonna catch with him as bait?
Bigfoot?
You wouldn't like me. I smoke too much pot.
But no, I was looking up here. I was looking Holy Hill up. Actually, Joe, it's not very far from where you're at.
I know where Holy Hill is. Every time I drive,
Hang on.
every time we drive by there, I start getting the heebie-jeebies.
I'm not done. It's also in the direction that you say you keep seeing lights. Literally.
Yeah.
You know where you say you see that light?
Yeah.
You can't really explain it.
You mean out here?
It's in that. Yep, it's in that direction.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, every time I run back to go or walk back to get my camera and come back, it's gone. And I know the lights around here. I know the farm that's sitting in the all right, I got this little lake off my back porch, man-made lake or pond, as Mark likes to call it.
It's a freaking pond.
You can still go fishing in it. It's still a lake. Anyway, it's spring fed. It's got a little creek that goes all the way around the property, and and on the other side of the creek, there's a big cornfield, and the farmer's house and the slaughterhouse over there because he slaughters cows and stuff. That's a terrible. Oh my God, that's a terrible noise to hear sometimes. Anyway, I know the lights of those buildings. I've lived out here for 7 years. I know where the radio tower is. I know where the other lights that on the so I know where everything is, and I know where the plane. You can tell a plane going across because it's usually moving in a certain direction, predictable direction all the time. Because I know where the airport is. It's either going or coming from that direction. This is just something that's I can't explain.
I got a question for you guys, because I've been seeing something often lately, and it's watching a plane. And do they now turn their lights out? Because the light will just disappear. It wasn't anything but a plane, and then I can't find it anymore.
I don't know if they turn their lights out,
I don't think they can turn their lights out.
I don't think so either. That's why it's weird that I'm seeing these things very often lately.
No,
but they're not
supposed to keep.
Yeah, they're
not
supposed
to keep their lights on.
And you'd still faintly be able to see them behind some clouds, unless they were pretty dense.
Nope.
So that's the only thing that I think in the sky would be able to block some of those plane lights.
No, these are blue sky or black sky. They just wow. Do they turn their lights out? Why'd it go away?
I don't think they're able to.
I've seen 2 of them go in a circle.
Unless it's a smaller plane.
And then they both turn their lights out.
Maybe they're government planes on a mission or something.
Oh yeah,
there you
getting
go.
over my house.
Yep.
Getting over. They're leaving Holy Hill. They can.
They know.
Hey,
they know.
You'd be surprised about some of that shit.
Yeah, maybe they went into a portal. Maybe their lights didn't go out.
They are so secretive. There can be shit in your own backyard, and you wouldn't have a clue.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I
drove Chris away.
I drove cab for a while. Mark knows this. I drove cab for a while. And I picked up this really high-ranking official. You know, he was like had the stars, so he's like some kind of general or something. So I picked him up at the airport, and I had to take him to this very secretive military private base airport area. I get past. I have to pull past a guard gate, gate that's like guarded by guards. They were armed. They went around my cab, had me open the trunk, went around it with mirrors and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Not even this general dude could get things past. And then I was only allowed to pull up about 10 more feet, no more than 10 feet. Had to let the guy out. Another car was coming for him. A military vehicle was coming for him. And I was escorted to turn around and go back out. And that was right there in Madison.
Truexfield.
Yep, Truexfield.
Probably the same gate that I used to take the straight truck through.
Well, you weren't. I mean, you go right off of. It's like the intersection off the highway is not even marked. Because you had to go off 51 to get to it. And yeah, that stuff's hiding in plain sight. And you wouldn't have a clue.
If you look at our visible spectrum to the spectrum of what other things can see, we have a sliver.
I mean, it's just amazing things that are out there. Haven't been discovered yet.
Yeah, the light.
Why is your camera off?
Because I'm eating wings.
And he takes his shirt off when he eats wings.
Everybody
knows that.
I'm messy.
Whatever. So, what else you got?
No, the light spectrums. There's different types of light spectrums, and humans are only capable of seeing in a couple.
So tomorrow, I'm actually going to I'll be in Jericho, Wisconsin tomorrow night, investigating the Holy Trinity Church and School.
Yeah.
So we're going to do an overnight there. Very interesting building. I'm not sure if you've heard of it.
What was it called again?
Holy Trinity.
No, I don't.
In Jericho, Wisconsin. It's a Catholic church. It's an old Catholic church and school.
Oh, see, I couldn't go.
Holy water.
How old is it, Chris?
How old is it? Built in 1915.
Yep. You definitely believe in spontaneous combustion the minute I step foot on that.
My house is actually older than that.
I'm sure you've got some ghosts there then.
You're older than it? Is that what you said?
I got activity in this house. You hear that, Tom? Yep. I got a house like yours.
Oh, we're selling that house, baby.
I don't think your house is as bad as Tom's.
Ours was pretty good for a while. It was on a roll for a while. We had to move out of that place.
Well,
and then staying the night, it didn't do nothing.
It sounds like you got a pretty cool investigation, though. Pretty old Catholic church. There's got to be something going on there, I would imagine.
Hope so. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been out. I haven't been out investigating since before the pandemic.
Well, neither we, really.
Well, actually, the pandemic was going on when we did the mill, wasn't it?
It might have been.
Yeah. Well, no, we just moved.
Or was it
just? No, it was just before.
Yeah, it was before the pandemic. Yeah.
Just before it kicked in and got the lockdown started.
Yep.
Right.
And then after that, it was. God, what was it after that? I forgot.
You did our house during the pandemic, Chris.
Because we did that. We did that the Halloween before the pandemic. The mill.
The blood red moon, blue moon Halloween.
Yeah, that was October 2019, just before
the
pandemic hit. Yeah.
So it was a
Or-
blue moon
Yeah.
and a blood red moon and something crazy, and it was all on Halloween, the full moon. So second of the month, and
Yeah, I remember that being really kind of weird because
And we-
they had like 2 or 3 different things going on at once
Mhm.
that were
we
like
got- and then
things
we've
that
got-
only happen like every 100 years or something like that.
We've got like, besides our Bray Road footage, still got to get out the day the music died, our school, and I think there's like 2 or 3 others that,
Joe, collecting data is the fun part.
you know. Yeah,
Well, yeah, collecting is
editing
fun,
and
but
putting it out
editing it-
there is a pain in the ass. But, you know.
That's the hard part.
So I've got some footage that we've been sitting on, some investigations that's never been seen yet that we've done. But there's some places I still want to go. I mean, shortly, I think at the end of this month it is, I think it was. 'Cause it's the same week or weekend that Tanya goes on vacation. The Van Meter visitor thing's going on in Iowa. That Van Meter visitor, with the wing thing that they think they trapped in a mine, but it's still seen to this day, apparently.
I never heard of that one.
Terrorizing the little town of Van Meter, Iowa. It was a mining community. Look it up. It's a big deal. They have a big deal out of it every year. Last year, Chad Lewis was supposed to be at the Milwaukee Paracon last year, but it was scheduled for the same weekend that the Van Meter Festival was. So he couldn't go.
Yep. There's also a thing that's over in Iowa that I want to go to. It's they do like a geode fest. You go and like you pay like $5 to get a 5-gallon bucket, and they direct you where to go, and you go and pick up geodes along the roadway.
That's cool.
It's in a bag. I didn't think it was a good idea to wear it on camera. How you doing? How's Michigan?
Tom leans back. It looks like he's going deep into the black sand.
Oh, I'm sitting on the side of a bed. We don't have a studio no more, so making do.
Well, you make do with what you got.
Yeah.
So what's with Off the Rails? You're done with that for a while, taking a break?
Oh yeah, we're done doing. We did 2 shows a week for 5 years. And,
Yeah, well, we were doing 2 shows a week for quite a while.
yeah, you gotta back off, and
You got to take
It's too
breaks
much.
every now and then.
too much going on, and studio rent, and StreamYard costs money. Everything else went up.
StreamYard's a pain in the ass sometimes.
So
Yeah. Everything
had to cut some costs somewhere, so it went show wise had to go.
But you're having more fun doing the pop culture podcast that you do with Chris.
Yeah, and
That's
Twisted
gotta be-
Dreams.
I don't know
That's
about
got to
that.
be fun.
It is fun.
I've seen some of those shows. Those are pretty cool. You had some pretty interesting guests at times.
When we don't have people from Ghana on,
Well,
they are Ghana nuts, man. They want on every week.
Yeah. Got some stalkers there.
No, they're our friends, but
Oh.
they have a really poor internet connection in the country. So, and they have crickets the size of bulldogs that
You've got to explain that.
I must have missed that one.
This is what
No.
happens when we talk about Ghana.
There you go. We
That's
we
right.
explode. We can't walk through the streets of Ghana, Chris and I. We get mobbed.
This is a Ghana filmmaker.
Wow.
Yeah, I got like 7 new friend requests from Ghana filmmakers. So I'm pretty sure we're the most popular white men in Ghana.
Yeah, by far, by far.
Now, is that
You
a
know-
good thing or a bad thing?
we are playing a Ghanaian movie at Twisted Dreams.
The crazy one too, yeah. Hype it up, Tom. Come on, hype it up.
Yeah, hype it up. Come on.
Sebastian Shaw is the director from Japan.
Stein.
He is a
Stein.
Sebastian Stein. He's a German who lives in Japan that went to Ghana to make a movie
About Chinese Kung Fu.
about Chinese Kung Fu.
Okay. Now that is just okay. Totally weird.
So it's called African Kung Fu Nazis. So Adolf Hitler.
Four different. What is it?
Ethnicities?
No.
What's the word you
Yeah,
look for? Sound it out. Sound it out.
Yes, definitely
Yeah.
says. I can't even say it.
Yeah, it's
Forget
crazy.
He is chicken wing drunk.
Hey,
Drunk on chicken wings, man.
it was a pound of them.
I guess so.
Pound of chicken wings, and I pounded them back.
Yeah.
Whatever he was doing when the camera was off, taking effect right
Can a
now.
cop make you blow for chicken wings?
I do mine right on stream, Mark. I think you should do the same.
Well,
Don't
it was,
drive.
and then you went away, and I thought maybe I chased you off, so I figured, okay, I better
Better
Yeah.
stop eating.
making you hungry because you're seeing me eat the damn things.
No, I just pound Taco Bell.
Anyway, go back, Tom.
African Kung Fu Nazis, Hitler and
title.
everybody, all of his generals and the Japanese general, Kojo,
Ojo.
they hung out, they used science, they stayed young and fit and no kung fu, and now they're coming out in Ghana because that's where they hid out, and there's some sort of magic to the flag that it makes, if you're from Ghana and you accept it, you immediately are whiteface.
Ghanaian.
Ghanaians. So yeah, so there's whiteface in the movie, and then you're under Hitler's control, and they have, guess what? A Mortal Kombat to the death style kung fu tournament.
And that is
Where why would you put all of your best people in the tournament if only one can win?
That is Sebastian Stein as Adolf Hitler.
Yeah,
He does such a great job. It's such a crazy parody, self-aware comedy. It's crazy. Really
and
recommend
good
it.
kung fu. Actually, they taught themselves kung fu through video games and what movies like
Jackie Chan movies.
Jackie Chan movies and Sega Genesis, and they actually have really good kung fu come through with it.
Yeah, and Scorpion, who has a small role in African Kung Fu Nazis, he's like the Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger of Ghana. He is like superstar. Like that dude gets mobbed, and he's the real deal. Like he could probably whoop Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. He could just kick their ass.
When we interviewed him, he was just shot from.
He was just somebody just tried to assassinate him.
Yeah, well, Sly's body was probably all steroids because he had to build up quick for those movies.
Yeah, Scorpion was shot like 5 times, and he just got out of the hospital. Like, no big deal.
Damn.
I'll be on your podcast with my chickens and crickets.
Yeah, I think the crickets eat chickens over there, so you gotta lock them up.
Holy shit, that's a scary place to go. Scary thought.
And they actually have a snake shooer on set when they film that just kind of brooms all the snakes away from where you're doing your action scenes for a while.
I can imagine it.
Like, wow.
Quite a few places.
Never thought of hiring a snake shooer, but they don't forget that guy.
They got vipers over there.
I don't think that's something you want to forget. But no, the Ghana film community, it's really big. Like movies are really, really big in Ghana, Africa.
Oh,
Much more than I ever knew.
And they pump through them quick, and they're all pretty good.
They do. Yeah, well, most of them.
Most of them.
You saw Mortal Kombat, didn't you? They made a Mortal Kombat movie.
did they really?
Yeah, they ordered like spirit Halloween costumes for everybody. And
No, it's not a movie. It's like an Avengers 22 movie series they were starting. It was a franchise.
Well, the Mortal
They just
Kombat
took-
movies were actually pretty good.
The chick who played Sindel in there was in African Kung Fu Nazis, and she is good.
Wow. She was a star in that movie. Everybody liked her at that.
Yeah, we love our Ghanaian filmmakers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking to one right now that asked me for my help. I don't know how much help I can give him, but he wants to do like a legitimate Avengers style movie.
Oh, I was gonna say he wants me to send money because he's inherited a lot of money. He just needs.
I was waiting for him to ask me that, but he hasn't asked me that. Like, I don't know what.
He'll give you a cut.
Up in the stories, but he wants like Black Spider-Man, Black Panther. He wants all these like real Marvel superheroes in this Avengers movie. So, I don't know how much I can help him.
Wouldn't that be messing with fire?
Impossible, right?
Wouldn't that be kind of messing with fire? Because if you get too close to the real thing, don't you get possible suing?
I mean, it could be a fan film. It could be a fan film.
I know Lucas. Doesn't Lucas have you can parody if you follow these rules?
Yeah, Lucas
Marvel have that also.
They have really strict rules for fan films. Like you can't crowdfund. You got to pay for it all out of your pocket, nobody else's. You've got to, you can't create a Darth. You can't name a character Darth anything. There's a bunch of rules that you have to follow.
So I'm sure Marvel would have that. Why don't you just find theirs and give that to them and say, here, I talked to the bigwigs, and they gave me this to give to you. I think you're the greatest guy ever.
I don't know. I don't understand why people do those kind of things anyways. I mean, I'd rather see something original that's never been thought of before,
Well, not much fan movies.
Well, there's a lack of imagination out there.
Well, Twilight Zone did everything, so we were done after that. There's nothing else to do. They did it all every thought.
I mean, when I was
every movie.
Back when I was actually working in the video store industry, some of those what we called D-title movies actually rented more, and if you watched them, they were actually a lot better than some of those Hollywood blockbuster hits, those low-budget films that really didn't get a whole lot of recognition.
Yeah, the Hollywood A-list.
And they went directly to video. They never saw a box office, back then. And that's when everything was on VHS or Betamax.
This was back in the 80s and 90s.
I guess I'm showing my age. But, I was managing video stores back then.
I remember that.
And I saw it all. And I saw some great, really old budget movies. And I wish I could find some of them today, but you can't.
They had a whole brand of actors just for that, like Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was just
he had a lot of great ones, but then there was like I said, low budget. You probably didn't know any of these actors at all in some of these movies. There was two great martial art ones. It was called Kill and Kill Again, and the sequel to it was Kill or Be Killed. But you can't find them anywhere today.
Well, for a B-lister movie, RoboJocks was actually a good one.
Never saw it.
Anything, go back to the 80s, the mid to late 80s and early 90s and find, I think it's Full Moon Media. Movies that they actually sponsored and helped produce. There is a ton of B-listing ones. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're the ones that started the Puppet Master series.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Full Moon Pictures from Charles Band. They started.
That was a big hit.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And
still is.
You could barely keep that movie would barely stay on the shelf.
But Full Moon Media, they had one hell of a run during the 80s and the early 90s, and man.
They're still around.
They pushed out a ton of killer ass movies.
They're still around, still doing it.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those places are still around. I mean, they just because the video industry kind of really doesn't exist anymore, thanks to everything going digital. But after it died out and all those video stores were gone, a lot of that's not all well known anymore because you're not walking into a video store and seeing the screeners on the screen. or the trailers, and it's giving you, the ticker tape along the bottom saying this is a live or full moon, and then they're showing all the upcoming full moon video releases, movies that are being released on video.
Yeah, and they did a lot of straight to video.
Oh yeah, I mean some of those were the best movies though.
Yeah. Hey Chris, if I wanted to see like a bunch of these B-rated horror movies, like in the theater, is there any way I could do that, or like any type of festival of I could go to see horror movies
there's
like
this
that?
one in Milwaukee that's I think they're coming up next month.
Okay.
The Twisted Dreams Film Festival.
That one? Okay.
Where's that at again?
Yeah, that's at the Avalon Atmospheric Theater in the heart of Milwaukee.
And what are they showing?
African Kung Fu Nazis.
Yeah, African Kung Fu Nazis will be playing. I wonder how that's going to fare.
Whole bunch of movies. I hope it does well.
We don't judge the films. We have judges, so we choose the films, but then it's out of our hands. So you can't yell at us. That's why we do that.
So you can't be a judge.
No, we're not judges. We can't judge.
Well, that's a good thing.
Here's the lineup. Oh, passes are on sale. Okay, the website is updated. Passes are on sale now. Individual tickets will be for sale soon. Living with Chucky. We're starting the festival off with Living with Chucky. This is a big one.
Documentary.
Hype it up, Tom. Hype it up.
Documentary takes you through every movie, and as more characters are added to the franchise, they get added to the documentary, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and it goes through, using woke horror before woke horror was a thing and stuff like that. It's done really, really well. It should be in the like big theaters, but for some reason they're doing a festival run. It probably will go to the theaters, but if you want to catch it first, Living with Chucky is going to be there.
Yeah, and there's a short film playing before that, Fringes of Burlesque, which is fitting because after that we have a burlesque performance from Grindhouse Tees.
Yeah.
Cool.
And following that is the Milwaukee premiere of Shakespeare Shitstorm.
We'll have actresses that were in the film there.
Mm-hmm. And the man that directed it, Lloyd Kaufman.
Toxic Avenger, Mr. Trauma, Lloyd Kaufman, Class of Nukem High. Another B movie you love, Lloyd. You love B movies. You know this guy.
Steve still hasn't updated the poster for African Kung Fu Nazis. It's a Ghanaian. Well, it's fitting, I guess. It's a Ghanaian.
You
movie.
just don't. There's so many better posters.
There are better posters, but I like that one too. Although it's a picture of one. It's not.
You've brought it up to me more like 3 or 4 times now. You don't like that. You brought it up twice on the show.
I'm trying to rationalize it.
You're lying to yourself. It's bothering you, and you're saying it doesn't, but you keep bringing it up, so it does.
Are you my therapist?
Well, you don't lie to yourself. You know it bugs you. Just be honest.
All right, I hate the poster, Steve.
Okay,
There's better posters you could have picked.
I know. I'm with you, man. At least we're on the same team now, and I can stop hearing about it. Sorry.
I'm not even sure where he got that picture from. I Google African Kung Fu Nazis. I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where he got it.
Oh.
Did Steve paint it?
Oh. Yeah, it's a fan poster from Steve.
I had one of those Chucky dolls. Did you have one of those Chucky dolls?
I had a My Buddy.
No, the actual Chucky doll from the the distributor. If you ordered,
how you got yours.
If you ordered so many copies of Child's Play, they sent the stuff like a stuffed Chucky doll.
Oh, and you still got it?
No, I wish.
Oh, you own a movie.
I got my Wayne's World hat.
If he still had that thing would be worth a mint right now.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that
I
a
still
better
wouldn't
poster?
come off of it though.
That's a good poster.
Isn't that a better poster?
Yeah.
I still got my Wayne's World hat though.
That they sent with the thing?
Yeah.
How much that go for? I'll give you $5 for it.
Because you can buy them for like $10 at the store, brand new on any given day.
Yeah, but you got
or something.
a limited edition.
They don't look any different. It was just the distributor that distributed the videos to us as a video store. All they did was send you, the merchandising before it actually hit the shelves.
Oh, so you were cool
I've got
for
a
a
whole bunch
little
of
bit.
T-shirts from my video
Right.
store days. I got probably 25 T-shirts from my video store days.
I wish I would have kept some of those cardboard standees.
Some of them were never really cool, but now they're like hip. Like I got Adam's Family shirts. Like those are cool now. I can wear
Oh,
them.
those are cool now.
Yeah, they weren't cool when I got them, but now they are.
They had the cardboard standees. You'd be surprised what some of them would be worth today.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of them. I don't anymore. I wish I did, but I had some.
I wish I would have held on to a lot of them back when I owned the video store. Because some of those back in the 80s, some of those movies and some of those cardboard standees are worth a fortune, especially if they're still in the boxes.
Yeah, that's like a centerpiece of a man cave. If you got RoboCop standing there.
That was a cool standee too.
Yeah, I remember it.
I had to put it together.
Yeah.
That was part of my job description.
I wish I had RoboCop standing in my room right now.
But the one, what was it? There was a really cool one. I think the name of the movie was called Night of the Demons.
Okay.
It came out. It had this wicked looking box cover, but the standee had the little electronic red eyes, and it had like a motion censored sound bit thing in it. Oh, that was one of the best ones I've seen during my video days. I think it was called Night of the Demons. I can picture the thing in my head, but I can't.
There was a movie called Night of the Demons.
Huh?
There was a movie called Night of the Demons.
I know, but there was a lot of great movies back in the 80s that would come to mind. They stopped doing that.
There is...
After a certain point, if you walked into a Blockbuster, you didn't see those standees anymore. You didn't see them. They didn't waste their time to put them up, or the distributors didn't send them out anymore.
There is a movie, I can't remember if it was made in the 80s or 90s, but it did not get any kind of recognition that it should have.
Roadhouse.
Nope.
Roadhouse.
It's called.
Can't remember if it was 80s or 90s.
It's called Dog Soldiers.
Never heard of that one.
Was that Native American one? Like almost Western?
Dog Soldiers was a pretty big hit over in the UK. It just didn't do very well in the US.
It didn't do well here, but man, was it a really good and well done movie.
It was made, I think it was made in England, and it did well over there, but when it came over to America, it just didn't get a theatrical push.
Yeah, but man, I discovered it, and they called it a B-lister here in America, and I discovered it, and I watched it, and I absolutely loved it. It was a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Come on, keep going.
Yeah. It's October 15th, Milwaukee Paracon. I'll be there doing The Secret. I got it figured out. Come see me with the cast when I do.
You got it figured out.
You better have that key then.
I will have it. If it's
it's
still there, I'll have it. I got it.
You'll have to let me know before because I won't be able to be there.
Oh, you're going to be busy over with the dream.
No, you won't. I'm going first thing in the morning, 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe
We don't start till 2.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Tom's special.
T asked me to do it, and I said one condition: just get me out of there as quick as you can because I got twisted dreams. And he said we can make that work, buddy.
You got the first spot.
I got the first spot. I'm teeing off early. That's like main event, right? First tee time.
No, by the time it's over, everybody should be talking about us.
Oh, I'll have the news cameras there.
Maybe if things get done right.
Yeah, bite me. I've been sick most of the week. I could barely walk a couple of times. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Just be glad you don't have you didn't start out like I did.
I don't want to
Yeah.
start with you.
This guy's
I'm-
pissed in
I'm
blood,
hurting.
man.
I'm hurting right now.
I bet
Yeah.
you are.
He's got to get a kidney stone
still
out of that
sitting
little
here.
thing.
I'm still
It's gonna
sitting
suck.
here talking to y'all, but I am literally hurting.
So how the hell are you gonna get through tomorrow?
It's like I got through every other fucking day.
You got to plug your nose and blow the kidney stone out, right out the front,
Yeah.
right
He
out your
ain't got
pee-hole.
He ain't even got enough gunpowder to blow. I don't think they
I don't
make
know about you,
enough
Joseph.
to blow up the nose that big. Anyway, so you're gonna still set up tomorrow.
Well, yeah. Why
You're gonna
not?
cook out too. You're gonna cook
I
out too.
was thinking about it. Yeah.
So we're gonna have some of our wares in
Might have some
Waterloo.
rain
You're all
going,
invited
but-
to a cook. No. What's your address? We'll give it out. No. So I guess they're having Waterloo's having their citywide garage sales, and we're gonna set up.
Waterloo has their citywide garage sales this weekend. Plus, they have an event called Dogs and Kraut. And
sauerkraut, hot dogs and sauerkraut.
yeah, Dogs and Kraut. It's called not hot dogs and sauerkraut. It's
Yeah, I
Dogs
can't even
and Kraut.
stand the smell of that shit.
And they're and because the fourth, this is kind of funny.
Get your Italian ass out of our German territory. That's what the smell
Right
means. Get the hell out of here,
Yeah.
you lot bastard. We're eating kraut and dogs.
Uh-uh.
But well, Kraut and brats go better instead of Kraut and dogs. But no, the 4th of July around here got rained out, so they postponed the fireworks. So they're supposed to do the fireworks for this event, and now it's supposed to rain again tomorrow night.
Oh, great. So we're gonna get rained out again when we try to set up a stand.
I don't know, maybe.
Because the last time we tried that, it was July 4th, and we got rained out. 2
Yep.
hours into where it was starting to get busy.
About 2 hours, 3 hours into it, we had to actually
Yeah,
tear
well,
down
3
because
hours
it was
into it, but it was
a
only
bad
busy.
one that came through.
It didn't start getting busy that day for us until about 10 o'clock in the morning, and then all of a sudden we get rained out and have to pack up.
We still did pretty
still
damn good for
damn
just 2
good,
hours.
though, for that couple of hours. We raised a
Yep.
good chunk of money. But there's more yet to come. So, yeah, so
I don't know.
we're gonna be selling things. All you gotta do is look for this banner. You see this banner, that's where we're gonna be at.
Well, I wish I could get him to set us up a website so we can
I'm
actually
working
put
on
our
it.
stuff up on that.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm working on it.
Well, boys, I think I'm gonna have
Whatever.
to sign off now. I have
It
to.
takes a little research.
I have to finish Cobra Kai before I leave, and I got to pack still. So I'm gonna sign off. But thanks for
All right.
having me on.
Well, thanks for having us.
Well, thanks,
for coming
Chris.
and visiting.
I'll definitely do this again. I'll let you know if
We'll
if you
see
don't
you
hear
next
from me.
weekend when we go to Holy Hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
and before you go, Chris, if you guys want to, we can actually do an investigation at my house. I've already had several incidents happen here.
Oh, that would be cool.
I got woken up from a male voice coming from my bathroom door area. I got woken up by a woman standing in my bedroom door, and that wasn't Lisa. And there was some exterior scratching on the paneling upstairs here. Sounded like an animal scratching, but you could tell the difference between the
house
two.
is definitely old.
It was built in 1900. You can tell the difference between an interior wall scratch and something on the outside of it. And then I had my towel hanging on the shower curtain, and you literally, to get it to come off, you had to like tug it. Had my back partly turned to it and was doing stuff on the countertop, and I wasn't even touching the towel. I was at least a full person length away from it. Came right off the shower curtain and right into the floor. So I've got activity here.
Yeah, it's not just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll
So
talk. But
yeah.
all right, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. If you don't hear from me after tomorrow, then I'm probably in a portal somewhere. I'll turn up, hopefully.
All right.
But I hope to see you guys.
We'll
Next
come. We'll come
Alright.
find you.
All
Yeah,
right.
next weekend. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Later.
See you later. All right.
And
All right.
Okay.
so also the same date of what is the same date of the Twisted Films Festival. We're having one
October
at
4th.
Paracon
Yep.
sometime after
14th, 15th, and 16th, and then I'm taking the 17th, the week of the 17th off.
On the 15th is the best day because everything's going on the 15th. It's at El Verno College. Tom goes on first thing in the morning, doing the All About the Secret, famous treasure, famous book. And sometime during that period, Mark and
I'll make people believe I actually read a book in an hour.
really,
Yes,
yeah.
people.
And then Mark and I will be doing our Beast of Bray Road. Never before seen footage will be released on YouTube after we're done. We'll show a small trailer during the thing, and we're also going to have a guest that's really helped us along our Bray Road findings. He owns the property down there. Everybody knows him. It's Lee Hample. He'll be joining us. Things keep going well, and we'll probably do a question and answer the last 15 minutes of it. So it should be fun, and we'll have our table set up there with all our wares. Crystals, charms. We've even got a necklace and a few things that's got our little skull and wings on it. So it should be fun. So that's what we're doing. And then, of course, we're going along with you to Holy Hill.
Just checking it out.
That's
kind of winging it. Got a few spots where some Dogman sightings are.
And you said that's next weekend?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday?
Yep.
What time are we going?
I've said around 2 because their last church service is at noon. So give everybody another hour. Get out of there. They're open till 7. You can just walk around.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep. So we're all good.
Just remember, stay safe. Have a great weekend. We're going to have our stand set up in Waterloo. Look for us. And remember, anything's possible.